of you that were able to make the trip over and be part of the audience, welcome.
Mama.
coming through. Cypher's got the echo. I really don't like the echo. Knock that out. How's that? No? How's that? No? No? Echo? 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 Echo. Well, we'll live with the echo. All right, everybody.
Hello, it's me.
Psychic R.J. Sheldon here in San Antonio. Unfortunately, I've got this echo going on.
If like nature.
Can't seem to get. Hello? Well, maybe I got rid of it. Looks like it's gone. We'll work at it that way. Hopefully it is. So, welcome. It's a start, the 29th of October. A couple of more days till Halloween. And boy, howdy, all Souls Night. Spirits will be out full blast. What do you do? Hey, I'm Psychic R.J. Sheldon here in San Antonio, formerly known as Spiritualist Joseph. You'll find me in the Yelp pages and Yellow pages and online. Psychic Visions by R.J. Sheldon, Spirit Talker. So I want to welcome you today. I will be talking about one of the stories out of the book that I'm writing, The Unknown at 10. The experiences of a boy and now as an adult. I have met other people here recently that have had the same experiences I have and learned how to deal with it or haven't learned how to deal with it. It took a lot of work for me to learn how to deal with it myself. So I do feel for those that are out there that have experienced the things that I have as a child and now as an adult, an old adult, and that is you don't get a handbook when you're born. It tells you what to expect in life or how to handle the things that come at you. Sometimes you feel like it's more of a curse. Sometimes they tell you, no, it's a gift. Well, a follower of many years who actually met me at one of my events and has been a follower, client, and friend to my wife and family since then, 2013, 2012. Going on 10 years almost. However, recently she sent me a couple of TikTok videos, the chosen one, and it talks about people who have experienced the things like I have as a child and as an adult. I never realized or never heard of that before, the chosen one. Doesn't mean I'm anybody special. It's just that we were according to that, blessed with a certain ability to communicate with spirits, for God to communicate and share things with us. People will find it when they come at us. Reactions come back at them, not by choice, not because we ask for it, but it happens. And I've come to realize that as a child. So this really hit home, the chosen ones. They're on TikTok. So you've had experiences where you've run in, I mean, saw things, heard things, saw things that were going to happen and they happened, or you felt things that you might fall into that criteria. Look into it. Today, I hadn't really thought about what story I would share out of my book, but let's see here. Let me see here. There was, and I may have shared this before, which I know I have somewhere along the line. I was 12 years old, but I was almost the size I am now. And people would think that I was 17, 18 years old, and I wasn't. I was 12. Well, my dad had leased out an old gas station, and then he got signed up with Texaco to sell their gas and oil products. The gas station had a couple of bays. One had the lift where you could take a car in and do an oil change or muffler change or tires or what have you, do mechanic work. And the next bay over was a car wash. Had the big old drain on the floor and the pressure washer thing. So you could detail cars, or you could use it as another area to work on a vehicle. Well, what father would do, he'd take in details or wash jobs, and he'd let my brother or I do them, and we'd get half the money and hopefully a tip. Worked out pretty good. But you got all set up with Texaco and got the thing going. Uh, he got mom and all his kids together and brought us out for the first time to see it. Very impressive over on Nogalitos, Midtown San Antonio. Used to be a Western Auto across the street, and a Sycamore Shamrock discount fuel, full service across the street. Their prices were anywhere from 8 cents to 12 cents a gallon. We ran between 7 and 10 cents a gallon. Uh, most of the time we were higher than them. That's when we still had Ethel and regular leaded gas. We constantly have fuel wars with them. But anyway, when Dad brought us in, Mom and everybody, to tour this beautiful gas station, and they had just remodeled it and made it all a Texaco. I think before that it was Gold Star or something gasoline. But they came in and put all their uh, white trim on there with the green, and the big Texaco sign, and went all out Texaco pumps. And So Dad was showing us around, took us out and said, over here, where this lift is where I'll do oil changes, mufflers, tires, you know, mechanic work. And then the gas is just to bring the people in. And then the car wash, I'm hoping that your boys will do the car washes and I'll put the money with you. And so I'm standing there looking around, and him and they all go back to the front of the store, and he's showing them the inside, the office there, where he's got air filters, oil filters, and candy machine, soda pop machine, cigarette machine, and explaining that he will get a percentage off of those from the vendor, um, which is extra for him. But I stayed out there in the car wash thinking, get to wash cars. And then I had if you will, a daydream or vision. In that dream, a big white car pulled in. Four young fellas in there, not quite as young as me, but they weren't as old as my dad, carrying guns, making all kinds of noise. The one driving came up, got out of the car and ran up to me. For some reason, I was by myself. I don't remember what I asked him, but he asked me for the money. And I was 12 years old, and it was a daydream, but apparently I went in and got all the money out of the cash register and gave it to him. Wouldn't have been much. So I gave it to him, and he still shot me right in the chest. I remember it, it just, I felt like somebody just pegged me with a hammer or something in the chest, and I fell down. And then I heard my dad yelling out, "Come on, let's go, we got to go." I snapped out of it. Damn. Well, I didn't say damn, we didn't cuss, but I definitely had a reaction. So I ran around the division wall there, the lighting wall, went to the office. Said, let's go, we got to go home. And I opened Monday. And then on the weekends, y'all come out and help. So we headed home. And it went along. We started. Dad would get there at 7 in the morning, open by 8. Sell gas, do new jobs, things of that nature. Um, Pretty much a one-man show at first. Then it started getting busy. People began to realize he was a pretty good mechanic. And they'd buy tires from us. We got pretty busy. And then we got to work. We come up on Friday and after school. And sometimes during the week, Mom would bring us over right after school. And we'd stay there and help my dad until closing time at 9 o'clock. And help him close down and give him a chance to work on cars, do oil changes, things of that nature. We took care of the pump. Back then, you paid a whopping 5 or 6 cents a gallon. We checked your oil, checked your tire pressure, wiped the windows on your car. We did it all. Sometimes you come in there and fill up your whole Oldsmobile for $1.50. Wow, $2 for some of them. But we do the oil thing, the tire and pressure, and the windshield. And brother always liked to do the windshield. It took me a while to figure out why, especially when it was a young girl, pervert. I was 12, so he was 13 going on 14. But, yeah, mini skirts were in back then, and the girls knew. And since we were young, I guess they would tease him, let him see some leg or what have you. But he'd make me do the tires, check the tires and the oil, and he'd do the windows and pump the gas. Or he could pump the gas and clean the windows, do his thing there. But it became routine. Time passed, I don't know, maybe a year or so. Dad wound up hiring a young man to come work with us. That's another story in itself. But I remember one Saturday morning or mid-morning, Dad come in there. I just got through detailing a car that he took in. He come over and said, "Hey, Roy's going to be here till 6 o'clock with you, and then we should be back right shortly after that." "What do you mean you should be back, Dad?" "Well, your brother and I, we're going to go out to the dailies, try to do a kill a deer on an evening hunt. So whether we kill or don't kill, we'll be back in time, to help close and get ready to go." "But Roy will be here with you at least till 6. So you won't be here more than a couple hours by yourself, if that." "I don't want to do that. Well, I don't want to be here by myself." You know, saying, "Y'all forget I'm only 12 years old, I might be tall and heavy, but trust me, you'll be fine. You'll be fine." And I even talked to, I'm going to say the guy's name was Joe. I don't remember his name. The guy that would work at night at the Sycamore Shamrock. He told him that Roy was going to leave at 6, and I'd be there by myself till they got back. So just kind of keep an eye out over there if you saw anything suspicious. Call the police. I said, "Well, I guess so." Well, the evening passed. They left. Roy pretty well sat inside. "You got a car out there?" "Yes, sir." I go over there and, "What will it be? Fill it up for you." "No, give me 55 cents or give me $1 worth." Of course, $1 is almost half a tank of them. "All right. Don't forget to check my oil on my window, clean my windows." "Okay." I enjoyed it. I felt like a big shot. Next car come in. Roy sitting in the office. Okay. Well, time passed. I saw Roy packing up. It's only 5 o'clock. I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "You ain't that busy. I'm just going to go. You'll be all right. Your dad's going to be here in a little bit." "Hello there, primo. You got a cousin on there, Brenda Maciet. Cousin on my mother's side of the family. Glad to have you aboard." So I said, "So you're going to go?" "Yeah," or something to that effect. I was a little disappointed, a little scared. I said, "Well, Dad said you'll be here till 6 at least. You'll be all right." So he left. Wow. So I stayed there. "How you doing, cousin? Can you hear me okay over there on Facebook?" So I stood there and I stared out to the street. Nagalito's there. Stared over to the Western Outer. There's still a lot of people over there, and yeah, Androfina's doing good. We talked this morning. I'm gonna go see her Thursday or Friday. Tomorrow's Thursday. I'll probably go see her Friday. Talking to my cousin there. Sorry about that. And the Sigmar, of course, they always had a bunch of cars. They were always at least a nickel cheaper than we were, or 4 cents somewhere in there. That's okay. It ain't gonna get dark till 5:30. I mean, it's 5 already, but till 5:36, it's starting to gray out a little bit. So I thought, well, you know what? I'll start pre-closing. Start taking stuff in. I'm here by myself, taking the tire displays. The ones that had the new ones, we had a couple of them that were just old tires wrapped up in colored tape. Those would leave out. People would steal them right and left. I think that would do much just for the hell of it. They'd steal them thinking they were new tires, but the new tires we'd take them in. And then I brought in the oil rack. We kept a little display of oil out there, and we checked the oil in the car if it was low. Hey, top dollar or bottom shelf? What do you want? And then the credit card press and credit card uh, desk, it was like welded onto a wheel, so that would stay out there until we got ready to close, and I rolled into the office, or we rolled into the office. So I left it be. Credit cards back then weren't really; they were metal plates, the numbers pressed out, just like a plastic card, but they were aluminum, and you slip it in that press, put your sheet in there, roll it over it, bring it back, fill in the amount, get them to sign it, give them their copy, put the hard copy in there, and one onion copy inside the little locker box it had on there, and the dad would empty them in the morning and count them up as cash. So got the oil in. Still had the barrel where we'd hang the oil cans after we put oil in the car. Called it the recycler. So I rolled it in and came back, and I sat down on the window ledge, looking around. Like all of a sudden the road went dead. There were no cars. I think there were only one or two cars at Western Auto, and no cars at the Sycamore. I said, wow. The feeling that came on me was strange. So I went inside. Dad had a little bit of coffee left in his coffee pot. So I poured whatever was there, man. It was rank. But I drank it, Couldn't get a soda. I could have took money out of the restaurant and bought soda out of the machine, but then he'd be short. So I didn't. So I come out with that cup of coffee and I look across the street. I could hear a bunch of yelling and screaming. These guys went inside the office. Usually they wouldn't go inside uh, unless they were buying, you know, sodas or something of that nature. And there's a long white car, a long old white car, like the one I'd seen a while back in a picture. It freaked me out. So I went inside, into the cash register, dumped all the money in Dad's floor safe, spun the knob on it to lock it, just left some quarters, nickels, and dimes in the tray. And he kept the candy box display on top of it. So I slid it back over so you couldn't see it. And I went out and I sat there. And I could hear them screaming. I said, no. I went back in, grabbed Dad's keys, turned everything off inside. All the lights inside, turned them off. In the office and everything. Came out, locked the door, took the keys, and went over to the tire tool where we do tire changes. They weren't mechanical then. It was all hand done. You could build some muscles back then. But it had a little plate on it that you could open when you had the spring to make it stronger. And I set the keys in there and I closed that thing back. Then I went and sit down on the curb there in front of the gas station, like I was waiting for somebody to pick me up. It'd have been hard for me to say I didn't work there because I wore a big old green Texaco uniform with a star on it and had my name, Bobby. Damn. So anyway, I sat there and I heard a pop, kind of like a backfire or something. When I looked up, that long old white car was flying across the road into our driveway. Whoa. I sat there and he pulled up right between the office and the first line of pumps there, between the office and where I was at. What are you doing? The driver. And I could see him had a pistol up to get his chin. I need some cigarettes. I just closed. I'm waiting on a ride. Waiting for my parents to pick me up. They closed already. The owner went home. He said, I don't think so. I saw lights on in there a while ago. I didn't see no car leave. Something like that. I don't remember the exact words, but basically. So he climbs out and he says, come here, boy. Or, come here, guy. He grabbed me and turned around, pulled me up against him. He said, now, I'll ask you again. I need to get in and get me some cigarettes. Are you going to let me in? I said, I don't have the keys. The owner already closed up. He left. I'm waiting on my parents to pick me up. My dad should be here any minute to pick me up. And he's rubbing that pistol. I got 38 or something, a small one. But he just kept. He's, I'm going to tell you, boy, I don't like to be lied to. I just want to get in there and get me a pack of Pall Mall. That guy, I think called him the idiot or the asshole across the street, didn't have, no Pall Mall, Chesterfield. I said, well, I don't have the key. I can't get in there. Well, about that time, the other guys got out of the old white car and they come around there and they're looking at me. And the one that was riding on the passenger side, hey, he's just a boy. He's just a kid, man. He's how old are you? So I'm 12, going on 13. Well, you look older. He said, I don't think he has a key. They're not going to leave the key with him. Let's go. I said, look, I have no way of getting in. But the owner, manager, he always has cigarettes in that box there for the credit card. When we do the credit card. I bet if I open it, there's probably a pack of cigarettes in there if you need cigarettes. Really? Well, let's see. Maybe there might be $1 in there. No money. So we walked over there and he's holding on to the back of my shirt and he's pushing me. So I unlocked it, opened it, Sure enough, there was a pack of Pall Malls, the dad's Pall Mall. I said, pack of Pall Malls here belong to the owner. You can have them. I don't care. He dug through there. It's what's in the little box. I said, that's where all the credit card slips go. He looked inside the little slip. He said, I think you can get us inside. No, I can't. Another guy started yelling, we got to go. We got to go. The passenger from the front seat said, look, we need to go. Well, he cocked the pistol and he looked at me. And the passenger told him again, he said, he's just a boy, man. Just a kid. I ain't going to kill no kid. He didn't see us. He pushed me back, jumped in their old black white car and took off. As soon as they pulled out onto Nagalitos headed north, I could hear cop cars coming, just like in a movie. They leave and now the cops are coming. Squad car, black and white with a cherry on it, pulls into the station across the street. I didn't see one come in from the side driveway at our place. And I see them get out over there, and next thing I know, there's an ambulance. And the guy pulls up next to me. Don't move. Stay right there. You work here? And I turned around and looked at him. Oh, you're wearing a uniform? I do. Anybody else here? I said, no, I'm waiting on my dad. It's already closed. My dad's on his way to pick me up. So about the time I said that, there's my dad pulling up in his old green Ford pickup, him and brother. He says, what the hell's going on? And the cop said, well, we got a problem. And he come over there, you okay? Yeah. What happened? He said, well, they robbed the guy across the street and they shot him. Looks like they stole a bunch of cigarettes. Did you see anything? I said, yeah. I gave him a description of the car and the guy. Told him they come over there. I'd seen him over there messing around, but I didn't know what was going on. So I locked up the place and put up my dad's money and hid the keys. Told him I was there by myself waiting on a ride. Well, you're lucky because they shot that guy right in the head. He's gone. If it would have been for that daydream I'd had months before, it probably would have wound up different. So that goes back to the thing. Is it a gift or is it a curse? To see the things that are coming, especially as a kid. I mean, 12 years old, come on. I don't know about being a gift, but it is tough to understand when you're young. There were times like that I was glad that I had the ability. You still there, cousin? No, okay. The people that I know in my life that know what I do and seen what I've done, they would freak out. I would freak out. Especially my close friends. Brothers and sisters, well, most time they thought I was exaggerating. I won't tell another story on the same day. But if you're out there and want to join in and ask a question or share something on your mind that you possibly have witnessed or seen coming your way or feel like it was something from the future and then it came at you, join in, especially here on YouTube. I was going to say to you, but I never have gotten TikTok to work. But come join in. It's interesting. Well, today is the 29th of October. And if it's your birthday today, happy birthday. It's a beautiful day. The weather's nice and cool for a change. What what can we say? One thing we can say is happy birthday. If you were born today, October the 29th, you are Scorpio, the scorpion. You embrace emotional emotional stability, a hopeful heart. Let me turn this down here. And you have high ideals. I have to turn this way because of the lighting. Let me turn this other light on so we can see better. There. Now, you want to avoid envy, blaming others for things that occur to you or happen to you, and troublesome love affairs. Mm. But otherwise, happy birthday, October 29th, Scorpio, the Scorpion. Also born today, writer James Boswell, singer Kevin DeVar, don't know who that is, actress Kate Jackson was born today, and the singer Melba Monroe and actress Winona Ryder. I think that's Beetlejuice. Was that is that girl? I think. So happy birthday, and you share with them. If you're born October 29th, you are the Scorpion. You are Scorpio. Now, a little insight. October 29th, natives have a very aquatic spirit. Individuals who possess a changeable nature, executing personality, exciting personality. They also seem to be over serving, rather than taking part. These men and women dislike being in the center of attention, even though they have the ability to draw the spotlight onto themselves. People born on this date are the ultimate secret keepers. The ultimate secret keepers. Hmm. So if you know somebody born on October 29th, ask them what's the latest secret you got. Yet, even though they're very careful about safeguarding their own secrets, they love to try to uncover the secrets of others. Hmm. Gossip, I guess. People born on this day have a small and select group of friends to be part of the inner circle of someone born on this date. It's something like belonging to a secret society. These men and women can be extremely jealous and will react strongly to any questionable behavior, either real or imagined, on the part of their mate. They want to know about things that go on in their mate's life. And they want to know in great detail. Yet they may feel angered or betrayed when they hear these facts. October 29th people will interpret everything less than being cherished and adored as a lack of sincerity. And there's more to that. If you get a chance, look up. And if you have a birthday just recently passed and you'd like to know about your life and see how close you are to your sign, send me a text at 210-416-4538. That's my office number. Psychic Visions by R.J. Sheldon, Spirit Talker. Or you can send me an email to psychic R Joseph SATX at yahoo.com. Or you can send me a question here on YouTube or right here on uh, Facebook, where my cousin Brenda's on. And yes, Aunt Rufina is doing well. She is 89 this December. Uh, she is starting to show her age, but she is doing okay. That's my mother's, her father's, and my mother's baby sister, the last of 9. And I've had the privilege of watching over her and take care of her. Uh, Up to recently, I myself been in the hospital, but it has been a joy taking care of her. And we've been close since I was a small child. And she would share things with me that just go with what I've gone through as a child. So, once again, I'm a local psychic here in San Antonio, spirit talker, paranormal investigator, clairvoyant, you name it. I've done most of it. And I don't make up. Hold on a second. Is she still in the Yes, she is. Um, she is still there. I do the tarot cards. I do large parties or gatherings. I've done many uh, events. The last one I did in 2019, there were 1,650 people, and there were four psychics, including myself. And I was the main one. Very impressive. I won an award for that night. A company out of California hired us. Enjoyed it. But surprising to me, the other three were using computers to do their thing. I did it like this, not on the computer, but live. And again, I am working on my book. These are some pages that I'm editing. But the unknown, we can't see it because of the light. The unknown at 10, the experiences of a boy. I've already have a cover. I already have a cover that they designed for it. Real nice. But for some reason, it's disappeared. And speaking of disappearing, the other day, last Wednesday when I did my podcast, I couldn't find my book of dreams and my book of birthdays. I looked everywhere. I could have sworn I said, I guess somebody took it. But I would have just looked right up on the shelf in front of me where my light's at. I'd have seen the book right there. I just totally forgot. After being in the hospital, that's where I put it. Because sometimes I'll have someone come to visit with me or want me to share things with them, and I'll read to them out of my book. I have many different books for many different things, depending on what they're looking for. One thing I won't do is lie to a person if they come. They want me to do a psychic reading, I guess that's the best way to say it, or let them know what's going on in their life. I'm not going to lie to them and paint a rosy picture if that's not one. I will tell them the truth, and I've had people get mad at me. Well, they're expecting me to tell them life is going to be beautiful. You're going to become a millionaire in a couple of hours, and you'll be driving them. No. If that's not what I see, that ain't what I'm going to tell them. I'm going to tell them what I see, and sometimes the truth, well, the truth can hurt. Sometimes it is good stuff. Sometimes I tell them what I see down the road. They might call me a day or two later. They're okay. It didn't happen. I didn't say it was going to happen today or tomorrow, but Then they called me a month or so later. Guess what? The person you said I was going to meet showed up, or the job you said I was going to run into, I got it. There you go. You see, when 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 the spirit world, I like to say God, when He cherishes things He wants us to share with this person, it doesn't mean it's going to happen right now. It might be tomorrow, might be next week, might be next year, might be in a couple of minutes. You never know. It's like when people come see me looking for closure about someone they love that passed away sooner than they were expected, perhaps unnaturally, an accident, and they're not sure it was an accident, or they died, old age, but this person never got to say bye or got forgiveness for a disagreement they had. So they may come to me, and you can see on my wall back here, here. Oops, right there. Those are cards that you get when you go to a funeral or to a rosary. They have prayers on them, and some of them are just little pamphlets from the church. People that will come to me looking for closure, someone that passed away too early, someone that died and passed away unexpectedly or in an accident. And I don't know how it works, but I always seem to find the things or hear the things that they want to share. And it's unreal. When they come back and tell me, how could you know this? Why would you ask me? If you didn't want an answer, why did you ask me? Yeah. So, a gift or a curse, I don't know. But if you'd like to come by and visit, have me share something with you about your life, answer a question, help you cope with something going on, give me a call, 210 416 4538. Make an appointment Monday through Saturday, or you can email me for an appointment at Psychic R Joseph SATX at yahoo.com. I'm glad to make an appointment. You can meet here at the studio. Well, right now that's all I'm doing because I used to meet people wherever they were at. But I'm not allowed to drive right now. I had open heart surgery not long ago and a couple other things, so they don't want me out running around because certain medications I'm taking. But that shouldn't be too much longer. So feel free, give me a call. Your first 15 minutes are free. If you like what you hear, you like the things that I share with you, and you find that they're honest, and you want to continue, then we continue. Hold on, I got a message here. Yeah, let me answer this real quick. All right, cousin, I'll do that for you. I'll send it to you. 21045. 416-4538. I keep wanting to leave that first part off. But either way, I don't want to bore you too much. But the things I share, the stories I share, they all happen. They're real. They took place. Unfortunately, some of the folks that were witness to what I went through and what I've done, they passed on already. Three of my closest friends are long gone. My aunt that we were talking about in the nursing home, I recorded her on a couple of events that happened and asked her to verify the truth to them. And she did a couple of years ago. So that people will know I'm not lying. So come join me. Come ask a question. Come be part of my podcast or on Wednesdays here on YouTube. I know I'm a little slow getting started here. Been away from it for a while. But I am going to continue to do the birthday thing. And if you have something you want to ask, feel free to, like I said, email me or send me a text. I will share stories out of my book. I'm constantly working on it. I want to get through. I have a gazillion different publishers that are after me to finish it up. I had gotten about 3 quarters done with it. And the old computer I had got a virus and it crashed, and I lost everything. Except for a few pages that I had printed out that I was going to share with a publisher. Then I got sick. So I recently, about 3 months ago, started writing again. My friends and followers pushing me to get my story out there. But I will share one story a week out of that book. Sometimes it'll be from today, recent, or it'll be from my childhood. But the book starts out, as it says, the unknown at 10, the experiences of a boy. My logo is from beyond the natural world and the need to know. As an empath, a psychic, clairvoyant, or now as someone shared with me, a chosen one. A child does not know how to handle things like that. And I have met other people in that category. It can be a bit scary. It can be scary because you don't know how to explain what you're going through. You don't know what's real, what's not real. You just know that something's going on. So to all of you there on Facebook, on YouTube, thank you for your time. Feel free to come see me, make an appointment. You can call or email or text. I'll respond. Give me a 24-hour notice. Or let me know what day you'd like to come see me. If it's your first visit, your first 15 minutes, it's free. If you like what you hear, then you're welcome to continue. I don't want money that you don't have, but I do want something for my time. My gift is free, but my time worth something. So with that said, we will call it for the day.
K.O.
Y'all have a good one out there. And remember, when you hear things, don't blow them off.
Can you find me? Can you find me? I'm here. Behind you, look. Behind you. I'm behind you. I am right behind you.
I don't see you.
Don't be scared. I just want to play a game with you. Hey,
Until
don't run
next
away.
time.
Please stay. Stay.
I'll see you. Goodbye now.